everyone. Woo! Welcome to the Downright Upright Show, the place to go to hear out loud and proud what people like all of you are thinking. And I'm your host, Philip Anthony. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I hope everyone's doing what, guys?
Fantabulous.
What is fantabulous? It's fantastic.
And fabulous.
Put together.
Twice as nice. Yes, absolutely. Thank you all. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Oh my
Pride.
God, what an audience today, right, guys? It's
Beat
incredible.
the heat.
So I have a lot of guests today, and I want to thank them ahead of time for just being here. Thank you so much. I want your voice. It's so important. Your voice is so important to me. My first guest, before I have to even start the guest, we have to introduce the brains of the outfit, right? The two next to me here
That's scary.
are amazing people. Please give a round of applause to my co-hosts, Austin and Matt.
Hello.
Woo! Austin and Matt, I want to thank you. And before I start, I have presents for you both.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. What?
For being a co-host on my show for the last
These
year.
are beautiful. Thank you.
I love
You're
this.
welcome,
For
and-
radio listeners, it's cute. It says the future is inclusive.
Future is inclusive.
So like rainbow, sunset thing, and pride colors. That is awesome. Thank you, Philip.
You're welcome.
That's so sweet.
I don't know if I've ever expressed my appreciation. So
Every day.
Every day.
Do I?
Literally every day.
okay, well, thank you so much. And your time is precious, and I know you are busy people, and you give time to the show, and I want to thank you for that.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
Thank
Happy
you
to.
so much. So, okay, now we'll go to the first guest because we have a whole ton of guests today. My first guest is the producer of a movie that is very appropriate for today. As you know, 10 years ago this month, marriage equality passed, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
Marriage equality. And my husband and I are married thanks to the DFL in Minnesota and, of course, the old Supreme Court, the normal one, I call it, right? And the name of the movie is How Love Won, The Fight for Marriage Equality in Minnesota. And I have the producer of this movie here with me. His name is Mike McEntee. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mike.
Yay, Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Isn't it fun to have a real audience as opposed to when you're in the studio? You hope people are listening. You hope they're reacting. But here you can actually hear it and see it. Isn't that great?
It's amazing. The response is incredible.
The energy is great.
It's great. And I want to say, before we talk about marriage equality, Mike, I want to say that Mike was also a host on the Mike McEntee show here on AM 950
Oh.
for many years. How many years, Mike?
Oh, they're on and off for about 10 or 12, I think.
Okay. How many people have listened to the Mike McEntee show? Oh, you're
Okay.
gonna
All
hit
right.
it there.
Old timer.
Okay.
Very good.
Awesome. Well, I did. I did. I loved his show. So, Mike, can you tell us a little bit about the movie? What got you involved with this, with marriage equality?
Sure.
Yes.
So I was, still am, with a group called The Uptake, and we are covering politics at the state capitol. And obviously this came up. And we had the Republicans passing laws that were not very favorable, and then wanting to put this on the ballot with the idea of making marriage equality illegal. And the whole Vote No campaign got organized around that. I just said, this is a really interesting story to tell.
Mhm.
And we kind of made that decision to make it into a movie kind of late in the all the process. If you're doing a documentary, you kind of want to be following everything all the way through. So we ended up going back and talking to a lot of the people who were part of the organization and put this together. Richard Karlbaum, who you'll see on the back of the DVD and is now head of the DFL. This was kind of his big thing that got him, notoriety in politics. But it was just at the fact that this was such a great story. And to me, it was in 3 acts that it just made naturally into a documentary feature, something I've never done before. So,
Wow. Well, thank you for this movie. Do you guys want to say anything to the producer of How Love Won?
I guess I have a curiosity, now 10 years later, how do you see sort of the legacy of all the work that you did in the process of creating that and all you learned through that process? How do you see that sort of playing out today and changes and developments?
I think the real legacy is in the people who were in the movie who did what they did.
Sure.
That was they. I'm just a bystander on this whole thing. They were the ones who did all the work. I was lucky enough to try to tell their story, and I have been told that we did it justice, and that I think is the most important thing. I think it's a document to why this was important. It's a reminder of what things were like. It's also, I think Richard gets this question. Everybody gets this question. Is this a blueprint on how to win elections? And in some way it is, because you end up having conversations. That's what the movie was really about, having conversations. And that is so hard to do today. I mean, it is so hard, whether it is your next door neighbor or, reaching across the aisle, because we end up yelling at each other on social media. And that's not how you have a conversation.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Absolutely. Austin, you want to say something?
I would be curious if you could do another documentary
Yes.
on another topic relating to
Applause, people. Another
Minnesota
documentary about marriage equality.
I was wondering about any topic in Minnesota politics. What would you pick?
Oh my gosh. I mean, if I were running a documentary camera right now, I'd be all over unfortunately, the Hortman story. And it's more than that. It's about just what I talked about. It's about the discourse that has gotten out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
It is about that we make enemies out of each other instead of realizing we're all human beings. We're all we may have different ideas about how things should be done. But when the day ends, we all want people to do well. And I think that is what gets lost in a lot of political discourse today. And I would be doing something about that. And unfortunately, that would be an element of it.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you, Matt. Are you giving away some of these?
Well, I think I brought down like 3 copies. So if we want to do something,
okay. So should we do a lottery on the table?
Whatever you want to do with them. So
okay.
Thank you for that.
Well, we're going to be doing tabling after the show. If you want to talk to us, say hello to the co-host, me, we'd love that. We'd love your input. But I want to hear a nice round of applause for Mike McEntee and all the work he's done. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
I want to segue because I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Melissa Hortman, our speaker. Rest in power, Madam Speaker. She, and as you know, and her husband Mark and their companion were assassinated in their own home. And I just want to say that my heart goes out to their family. It would be remiss for me to not bring this up today. You guys want to say anything on your behalf?
I think the tribute that her children posted is something everyone should read and take to heart.
Absolutely. To add to what Mike was saying earlier too, sort of the rhetoric and conversations that we seem to hear and see so much today, I think leads to outcomes like that. And so the more we can come together and have, come to the table to have conversations, whether it is across the aisle, different perspectives, and be able to respect other opinions and accept those things and recognize that we're all in this world together, regardless of opinions, is going to help us get a lot farther. But it's a difficult road to path.
Well, one of the lessons from the movie is it's really hard to hate somebody that you know or you love.
Yes,
it really is. And the more that we get to know each other, the more likely it is that we are going to solve our problems together.
Yeah.
And I think, we still don't know all of what happened with the Hortman shooting, but I think one thing we can take away from it is somebody had some very ill-formed ideas about what was going on in the world. Needed to talk to people about it. I'm not going to defend him at all. I mean, what he did was absolutely pure evil, but it's the environment that created that I think we need to focus on.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, thank you, Mike, for joining us on the show today. I have a zillion people that are going to come up to Mike and say something. So I want to get to our next guest. It's Ann Sakawi Hemstreet is here today. Would you like to come up and say a few words? Everybody give a hand to Ann Sakawi Hemstreet. Rainbow Collective for Change. She's going to talk about the organization. We have a tight space here, guys, right?
Oh, am I just doing this?
Yes, you could stand there. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. So can you tell us all about Rainbow Collective for Change and why it is such an important organization for us?
Sure. Rainbow Collective for Change is a newer organization here in the Twin Cities, building equitable spaces for LGBTQ families with kids 0 to 12. So rumor has it there used to be an organization called Rainbow Families here. Doesn't really happen anymore. And we have 50% of millennial families are having millennial queers are having kids. So it's a really important time for us to be finding community. We're still encountering a lot of, things that we have to fight for our rights. And it's an important time to have community, find community, come together to advocate at schools together for our kids and for our families.
Yeah, well, I was told you have a bus you want to talk about.
I do have a bus. So we just purchased, there's an LGBTQIA plus children's bookshop in San Francisco, and they're selling their bus. And so we just bought it, and we're going to be bringing it here. And instead of selling books, we're going to get grant funding. And we already did this. We already gave LGBTQ children's books at all of our events, at our play dates and our story times. Now we're going to bring books to festivals, to pride events, to children's museums in this awesome bus. It's a purple bus, and we're going to go on tour in the fall. So please keep an eye out for that.
Where can we look out for it?
We're on social media on Instagram and Facebook, Rainbow Collective for Change MN. And also rainbowcollectiveforchange.org is our website. So all of it will be up there.
Wow. Do any of you guys want to ask?
Well,
Ann
I met you at Golden Valley Pride tonight.
I put it together when I was sitting there. You gave me a ride to my car in the rain.
Yes, I sure did.
Thank you so much. And you were admiring my shirt.
I love that shirt. I saw the shirt. I was like, that's where I know her from. I remember the shirt.
Yeah.
Yes, you do a great work.
As soon as you said Matt, my brother's name's Matt. I put it all together. Yes.
Wow.
Good to see you again.
All these interconnections.
I want to thank Ann because Ann was so kind to come on the show. You were a guest about a
month ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Yep.
And thank you for your time. It's amazing.
Sure,
Austin
thanks for being
probably has something to say.
I know we got a lot of people to get through. So thank you for what you're doing. It could not be more timely.
Yes.
We are raising $30,000 to help pay for said bus and get books stocked in there. So if you do want to donate, you can go to our website to do that.
One more time, the website.
rainbowcollectiveforchange.org, and then we have some stickers here for you.
I love it.
Okay.
Thank
well,
you.
I'm going to take
Thanks
a
for having me.
Oh, you're welcome, Ann. Let's all give Ann a hand. Yes. All right. So before I continue with the show, because I have a lot of great guests that are coming on, we have this year amazing sponsors on the show today. And I am going to read you a list of them on this segment. And next segment, we're going to read some more. And segment 3, we're reading some more. So, 2 minutes. So I better do it now, right? Okay. So I would like to thank our sponsors. We have Twin Cities Gay Men's Chorus.
Woo, of which I am part.
Of which Matt is a member. Yes. Entertainment worth coming out for, ladies and gentlemen.
Please do.
You have any events coming up?
We just had our last concert just last weekend, but our next one, that was at the Ordway. It was phenomenal. And our next show will be in December, our holiday show, Jingle Bells and Jazz Noels. It'll be fun. It'll be at the Minnesota Orchestra Hall, too.
Is there anything you don't do? He's also on the board of Golden Valley Pride. I mean, the man is all over the place.
I'm all over the place.
You're
You'll find me.
amazing.
I know. I walked the parade this morning with the chorus, and then I came right here.
And the host of the Downright, co-host of the Downright Upper. Okay, and also Maverick's Real Roast Beef, the best roast beef sandwiches you'll find in the metro area.
Ooh,
I
yum.
had one this morning along with my husband. We love them. They're so yummy and juicy and fantastic. So please go to Maverick's and get yourself a roast beef sandwich. They sponsor AM 950, so we want to thank them as well. And finally, Cost Cart, your local marketplace website to buy socially and environmentally conscious products. So when we come back, this is a teaser, right, Brett? We have a great bunch of guests coming on. They're all representatives, of the Minnesota House. So we're going to talk about a lot of things on this next coming segment. My name is Philip Anthony. This is the Downright Upright Show here on AM 950, the Progressive Voice of Minnesota. Woo!
Your Twin Cities Metro Public Libraries are committed to providing quality services, resources, and programs to the LGBTQ+ community. check out the Metro Pride book list, including ebooks and e-audio for kids, teens, and adults at melsa.org/pride-booklist. That's melsa.org/pride-booklist. You'll find titles specific to different identities, including aromantic, asexual, bi+, gay, genderqueer, intersex, lesbian, queer families, transgender, and two-spirit. Stop by Melsa's tent at Twin Cities Pride to share your own reading recommendations. Check out those contributed by other festival attendees, pick up buttons and bookmarks, and find out more about your Twin Cities Metro Public Libraries. Don't have a library card? Staff at the tent can help you with that. There will be librarians from the Metro Public Library systems who are happy to provide book recommendations and other info on how to get the most from your library card. The Council on LGBTQIA2S+ Minnesotans is conducting a community needs survey. Data from the survey will be used to make recommendations to improve LGBTQ people's health and well-being in Minnesota. The May 31st deadline has been extended through June. So as we celebrate Pride Month, make sure you take advantage of this extraordinary opportunity to tell our stories. The survey is confidential, and you can fill it out online at mnqt.info/survey. Support comes from Hennepin Arts, presenting Hidden Brain Perceptions Tour with Shankar Vedantam. Are there parts of our minds that are hidden from us? This question launched the Hidden Brain podcast 10 years ago. Now host and creator Shankar Vedantam brings 7 key insights from the first decade of Hidden Brain to the stage. Whether you're new to the show or a longtime listener, this evening of science and storytelling will change how you think about yourself. Tickets available at hennepinarts.org.
Hi, it's Mitch, owner of Junk Masters. Spring's the perfect time to get your space back and clear out those unwanted items. The best part? Just show us what goes. We are local and independent, just like AM 950. We provide residential and commercial services. Our landfill diversion program includes donating, recycling, and leveraging waste to energy whenever possible. You don't have to worry about a thing. We do all the work for you. Contact us for a free quote. There's no obligation. Visit junkmastersmn.com to get started today.
Market Fresh Minnesota is your to-go destination for fresh vegetables, quality meats, seafood, and a wide variety of grocery staples. Locally owned and operated, Market Fresh Minnesota brings together the best of Asian foods in one welcoming store that is also kind to the pocketbook. Discover Market Fresh, your local Asian food store, just south of Rosedale on 1800 County Road 36.
Please no rain.
Welcome back to the Downright Upright Show. We're here live at Twin Cities Pride. And before we kick off our second segment, we do want to give a shout out to some of our wonderful sponsors today, including MELSA. Your Twin Cities Metro Public Libraries are committed to providing quality service, resources, and programs to the LGBTQ plus community. Check out their Metro Pride book list. We also want to thank Minuteman Press Uptown, who is AM 950's printing partner, and Cup of Java, serving coffee, drinks, and good in the Bryn Mawr neighborhood in Minneapolis. Thank you again to our amazing sponsors.
Right?
Yes.
Thank you, Austin. Isn't she amazing? I love
Yes.
her. Love Austin. Okay.
I
Now,
know her.
we have some amazing guests coming up. This is incredible. I have not one, right, Matt? Not two, but 3 representatives from the Minnesota House.
A trifecta.
The
Love
trifecta
it.
is here. I'm going to introduce them separately. If they want to come up together, I don't care. That would be amazing. We'll want to start. Yeah, okay. So we'll start with David. David Gottfried is here. Give it up for David, Representative David Gottfried, doing the work for the Minnesota community.
Hey.
And I want to say, David won that special election this past March, right after the inauguration. So now we have him in the seat representing us, the DFL. And he's going to talk more about it. I don't want to step on his toes because he's amazing. And he's also a member of the community, right, David?
I am, yeah. Thank you for having me here. I appreciate it.
Long time no see, David.
Oh, yeah. It's been all of, 5 days?
Yes. I love David. We met in the studio. I'd never met him before, and he came in. It was just like kismet. Like I knew you forever.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Great friend. I hope we become great friends.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
you're here with your partner as well. I love her. Congratulations. You have an amazing partner there, right? Yes. Okay, so I just want you to talk about what it's been like. You did talk about it on my show, but the loss of Speaker Hortman. If you want to go into that again, that's fine, or whatever you want to say to the audience today.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you all for being here today. Obviously the loss of Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman was horrible for all of us beyond just the personal tragedy of it. I think Minnesota lost its most effective leader in politics. She truly was one of one, the most amazing woman I have ever met at her job. And we're sorely going to miss her. It's funny. I walk around Pride and seeing everybody in the parade, and I think often that Melissa made each person's life better, and they don't even know it. And that's the thing. And she would be the first person to kind of push off the accolades of it to everybody else within the caucus, and that's the type of leader that she really was. So
Yeah.
just devastating.
Yeah, thank you. That's beautiful. Do you guys want to say anything to the representative?
Yeah, I'm curious about your experience here at Pride. Actually, what is it like being here and being around, constituents, being around people, part of Minnesota, and being part of this community?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, the atmosphere of Pride is it can't be beat. It's one of those things where we had the funeral yesterday for Speaker Emerita Hortman, and we were all so glad to be able to come out here and just have some joy, have some celebration. And I know that's exactly what she would have wanted. And the community really is what is going to push us through and help us get through these really, really troubled times. And being in community, I think, is the most important thing that we can do now and going forward.
Yeah, and I said this when I interviewed you. I met her a couple of times, and she had such a presence. She's, powerful women are, we know there's certain segments of the population that I'm not crazy about, powerful and strong women. I am woman, hear me roar. I love that song. So I think that we, as a DFL community, have to pay homage to her and always think about her. Like somebody said to me, when you pet a dog, think of her, especially a golden retriever, right? When you see someone in need, help them out, because that's what she would have wanted, right? Austin, you want to pick it up?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, and this is pulling a question from last year, but a fun one. What is your Pride anthem?
Mm-hmm. What is my Pride anthem? Okay. My wife just looked at me as though she. Okay. Thank you. She says I'm going to pick
is on.
It's very, very much on. Kind of in light of everything right now. There is a song by a band that I love called Holding Absence. And it's a song called Celebration Song. And it's about finding joy in the midst of sorrow and joy in the midst of the ephemerality of life. That's perfect. And really that's what Pride is about. That's what celebration is about. We got to find joy in the midst of sorrow. And that's what I'm holding on to, this Pride.
Love it.
You're amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Really,
you for having me.
I am so honored that you came on to speak.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Let's please give it up for Representative Godfrey.
Thanks all. Appreciate you all.
He won a special election, for goodness sake. Give him a hand. Okay.
He's got a cool shirt too.
Oh my God. I'm telling you.
Like a skull
I'm
Hawaiian
gonna look
shirt?
at the spouse. He walked in the
She
studio.
has a name.
Oh, do you want me to say your name? I don't want to take it upon myself. Is it okay? Okay, because I didn't, confer with you ahead of the show. Your name? Haley. Okay. Haley is amazing.
And a force for good in her own right.
Do you know each other?
We do.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't know that.
It's a small world.
After all. Yes, it's a small world after all. Anyway, the next guest is, she's
here.
A member of the Queer Caucus, one of my dearest friends. And I'm going to say something embarrass her because I was going through my cancer treatments. And before I had the radio show, I hope I can get through this. Liz was there. And you need me for anything, Philip? You call me, and I'll never forget you, Liz. So please give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Liz Ryer, Representative Liz Ryer, amazing person. such an empath, and I will always remember you for that.
Philip Anthony, you give so much love to the community and to people, and I thank you for that, and I love you too. So it's great to be here. I'm not going to say all the things that David said so well, but all of the feelings about going through what we've done and living through it. For me, it was just a gift to come in to Pride today and to feel the love and walking down through the parade and people honoring the legacy of the Hortmans and the healing journey of the Hoffmans. And it filled me, and I needed that. And so I'm so grateful to Pride this year. Thank you all so
Thank
much.
you, Liz. So, Liz, do you have an update on how the senator is doing and his wife?
I saw in the paper that I saw the selfie with President Biden, and that he is alert, walking, doing well, recovering. So I think we can depend and really have realistic hopes for a grateful recovery. That's my hope.
Thank you for that, and thank you for your time and being here. I'm sure my co-hosts have something to say to you. Don't you guys?
Well, thank you. I have the same question that I asked David too. What's your experience like here at Pride? How is this impacting you? And what do you think about the experience of being here? Why is it important to you?
Yeah. Well, every year I love being in the parade, and I love the opportunity to be representing our community in the legislature, because there's so much important work that we have to do. And I will always remember the Pride after the 2023 session, where we had the trifecta wins and we had all of the banners of all of the things that we accomplished for Minnesotans, from housing to healthcare and all of the things that people need, including things that the queer community depend on, and protecting marriage and instituting abortion and reproductive freedom, all of the things we did. And so I think about that and how much more work there is to do, and the assault that we're under from the federal level and their minions in the House in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I come here and I get charged up with resolve to say we are not going to stop. I know my colleagues and I are going to keep fighting and working and listening to get the right solutions and take the right actions to make sure that we are all safe,
Yes.
as safe as we can be going through this.
Thank you for that.
Austin, anything to say to Liz?
Same question. What's your Pride anthem?
I probably don't have a specific one except anything by Farron.
I thought you were going to say the theme from the Downright Upright show.
Oh, that was such a softball too.
Yeah. And I would like you to have the honor to introduce the next representative, who is the biggest ally to our community. She's a personal friend of mine, and I know of yours. So would you like to introduce her for me? Yes.
Thank you so much. I would like to ask my friend and colleague, Representative Bianca Vernig, to come. Bianca and I have known each other for years, worked together on campaigns. She is a staunch and active ally and a rock star legislator. So applause for Bianca.
Let's give it up for Representative Vernig, Bianca Vernig, my representative. I love her. A great friend as well. Welcome, Bianca.
Hello, thank you for having me.
How are you? Now, they're getting to ask all the nice questions. I'm going to ask you a nice question. What is your anthem for Pride?
Whoa, you stole Austin's question.
Stealing your question.
I'm going to go with Lady Gaga's Born This Way.
Classic.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, as an older person, raise your hand if you're remember the song "I Am What I Am" by Gloria Gaynor.
We sang that at our
Which-
concert last weekend.
which
Should have
is-
come to our concert.
Oh, wow. 1,
Man.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that was my anthem growing up, because I came out when the dinosaurs rolled in the earth. So, but that was my song. You can think of another question in the interim. I'm going to go to Matt now.
What a thief.
I'm a thief.
Boy.
Thief of hearts. I
Well,
love you. Though.
Same question I've asked the other folks as well. What's Pride been like for you, and why is this important to you?
Well, so this is my first Pride parade that I've walked in or seen or
what'd you
been
think
a
of
part
it?
of.
Wow.
I loved it. Oh my
Good.
gosh, it was great. I have my daughter here with me, and she walked with us. She loves parades, so that was lovely. But it was a really nice way to kind of end such a tragic experience, surrounded by people who nobody's going to boo you, right? Like the outpouring of love from the community as we walk through was really beautiful and touching and lovely. And to be able to say to my daughter, this is why we do this work. This is
Yeah.
why we are putting ourselves out there at risk because of all of you and trying to make the world a better place. So it was
Wow.
great. It was hot. It was lovely. I got to take the flag. I carried the flag the whole time. It was great.
Oh, wow, that's great. Well, again, I want to say thank you as a member of the LGBTQ community and my co-hosts who also are members of the community for your allyship.
Yeah.
Because without allies, ladies and gentlemen, and others, we are nothing. You guys prop us up because we're only, what are we, like 9% of the population, if that, right, Liz? I want to say.
I think it's like
and
15, but yeah,
was it
it's-
going up?
it's high.
Okay, well, thank God. Anyway.
And it's probably much higher, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just want to say, if there's anybody in the legislature or in the House right now that's an ally, it is you, Bianca. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my dear friend, Bianca Verde.
Thank you.
Okay. So I only have a couple of minutes. So I want to talk about really, do we have time to do another segment here? 2 minutes. Okay. Zoran Mondami won the election in New York. Oh, wow. We're getting a hand for him. Wow, this is good. I like to hear this.
Big deal.
It's a big deal because he's not a middle of the road, pablum Democrat. He's out fighting for you and for me and for our health care and for our children and down the list. So what do you guys think about that election win from Zoran? I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
I'm happy to jump in. It was fantastic to watch. And I don't know if anyone caught the co-interview that Brad Lander and Mamdani did together on Colbert the night before the primary, in which they co-endorsed each other. And they were like, this is about coming together and we need one of us to be the next mayor. It was beautiful.
Well, and on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, and others, he is an absolute ally. 1 minute, an absolute ally to all LGBTQ people and anybody that are on the periphery of society. So it's amazing, and I hope he wins because he didn't win yet. It's a primary, and I believe they have a what do they call that?
It was ranked choice.
Ranked choice.
Yes.
Thank you. That's okay. I'm getting heat stroke here in the heat. Yeah, come over and fan me. One of the friends is fanning me from way back. Anyway, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to some more politics and some more LGBT trivia. My name is Philip Anthony. Thank you. My name is Philip Anthony, and this is the Downright Upright Show here on AM 950, the Progressive Voice of Minnesota.
I'm Amy Ruzick with No Place Like Home at Remax Results. We're proud to sponsor AM 950's group of all the incredible live podcasts happening throughout the Twin Cities Pride weekend, like The Illegal Trans Woman, The Gailey Show, and so many more. At No Place Like Home, we believe that real estate is more than just houses. We're more than real estate agents. We educate, advocate, and give back. Whether you're buying your first home, selling your current one, or relocating to Minnesota for a fresh start, we offer guidance that fits your life, not just the market. With LGBTQ plus rights under attack in so many places, Minnesota stands as a beacon, and we're proud to help both new arrivals and lifelong locals find where they truly belong. Experience the difference in working with a team that's deeply rooted in community. Learn more at noplacelikehome.info. At No Place Like Home, we work hard for our clients while serving the community we love.
End of life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
This is Chad, owner of AM 950. Our station is located on a marsh, and we do our best not to disturb that environment. So I was thrilled to discover Natural Lawn. Their safer products and soil tests ensure that your lawn will be healthy, lush, and green. I don't even have to worry about bringing my furry friend to the station, thanks to the great care from Natural Lawn. I highly recommend Natural Lawn to keep your lawn beautiful, healthy, without compromising safety and sustainability. More at naturalawn.com.
Now is the perfect time to prepare for summer reading, and Next Chapter Booksellers can help. Not sure what to get? The friendly staff at Next Chapter Booksellers are great at making recommendations to find books that fit your taste. Next Chapter Booksellers also hosts many book readings and meet and greets with authors. And they sell a wide variety of puzzles and games, too. So stop by the store off Snelling and Grand in St. Paul or place an order online at nextchapterbooksellers.com.
The place for live music is the Park Tavern. Live music is taking over the Park Tavern's dog-friendly patio. Head over on Tuesday, July 1st, it's Carl Davis. Wednesday, July 2nd, it's Bryce Heggie. And on Thursday, July 3rd, it's Ash St. John. Music runs from 5:30 to 8 p.m. and reservations for groups of 8 or more are recommended. And the Park Tavern offers private and semi-private spaces for small and large groups with no room fees and no minimum spending requirements. On Louisiana Avenue, north of Highway 7 in St. Louis Park, outdoor live music is back at the Park Tavern.
Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another.
Welcome back to the Downright Upright Show with Philip Anthony. We want to thank a few more of our sponsors. Thank you so much for all the work that you do to help support us and the work we do. So we're going to thank No Place Like Home Realtors, who are working hard for our clients while serving the community. And also thank you to Nicolette's Macarons. Check out their food truck all weekend at Pride. And thank you, Nicolette's Macarons, for delivering us some macarons. I love Nicolette's. I've been there quite a few times, dangerously so. They are delightful. My personal favorite is pistachio, but I'm not going to say no to any of their macarons, let's be honest. I've had some really delightful ones there. So,
how many of you have been to Nicolette's Macarons? Anybody?
Put it on your list. They have a food truck, but they also have, I know at least in Golden Valley, is it Golden Valley or is it Plymouth or New Hope? New Hope, maybe. They have a standing location. They might have other ones too, to be honest. I didn't do my research on that. I'm so sorry, but thank you anyway for your
And you know, without sponsors, we don't have a show. So I want to thank them again for their sponsorship today. And also, so we're going to talk about some LGBT figures in history, because it would be remiss of me to go through a show without talking about the people that have made history in the LGBTQ community. So let's talk about some of them. We'll all discuss them. The first one is Harvey Milk. Now, you all know who he is. Now, I made a mistake on Golden Valley.
He's the comptroller.
He was, yes.
Yes.
He was not the mayor. I said mayor at Golden Valley. So Golden Valley, please forgive me because I said he was the mayor. He wasn't. Harvey Milk is a pioneering figure, was one of the first openly gay elected officials in the United States, serving on the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. His advocacy for LGBTQ rights during the 1970s made him a symbol of the movement. Then there's Audre Lorde, a Black lesbian writer, poet, and activist. Lorde's work explored themes of identity, race, class, and sexuality. Her powerful writings continue to inspire conversations about intersectionality and social justice. Austin.
Yeah, so we're going to jump to Alan Turing, brilliant mathematician responsible with if you're familiar with the Enigma code and many other mathematical developments. His contributions to computer science and cryptography are widely recognized. And personally, he went through horrific treatment. And his story brought attention to so many injustices that were faced by LGBTQI plus individuals. And also James Baldwin, who's a fantastic author, a renowned author and activist. Baldwin's work explored themes of race, class, and sexuality. I would add to that too, really great introspection on like internalized homophobia in some of his work.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would. Yeah.
Gotta read more Baldwin.
His novels and essays continue to be studied and celebrated for their powerful insights into the human experience. Oh, and I'm sorry, I should.
You have
probably
one more, I think.
Flip the page.
Flip the page.
We also have Sylvia Rivera, Latina transgender activist, and Rivera co-founded STAR, which was for a period of time a homeless shelter. With Marsha P. Johnson, she played a key role in early LGBTQ rights movements in New York City and was a passionate advocate for transgender, gender nonconforming people, and gender fluid folks as well. And then Barbara Giddings, who was a lesbian activist, she actually founded the New York chapter of the Daughters of Bilitis. She was a lesbian activist that fought for LGBTQ rights and women's rights. She picketed actually many places back in the 1960s. And I will add, was a key person involved in getting the American Psychiatric Institute, am I saying that right, babe? In getting them to basically stop diagnosing people in the LGBTQ community as having any kind of mental illness just for being who they are. So,
was there another person that I didn't include on here? That you wanted to bring up?
Thank you for trying. So I also wanted to bring up Frances Thompson, who was an openly trans woman living during the Civil War and the Reconstruction. Her testimony following the Memphis massacre before Congress was critical in helping to pass the 14th and 15th Amendment. And she's largely been forgotten by history. But without her, the 14th Amendment has been so critical, so many key cases that we've seen, particularly with this administration, that they cite the 14th Amendment. And we all owe Frances Thompson for helping to really get that passed.
Love that history. Thank you.
And
a few other folks of note. So you have Edie Windsor, an LGBTQ plus activist who challenged the Defense of Marriage Act after her wife's death, leading to a landmark Supreme Court case that helped pave the way for marriage equality. There's also Laverne Cox, an actress, producer, and advocate for transgender rights. She was the first openly transgender person to be nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award, which I'm assuming is for Orange is the New Black, which I loved that show. If you haven't seen that show yet, you're behind. Elton John, ever heard of him? Famous musician who has been publicly open about his bisexuality and later his homosexuality, and is a vocal advocate for LGBTQ plus rights. Also, he is phenomenal in concert. I saw it. Like when his show started at 8 o'clock, he started at 8 o'clock on the dot. He was not late by a moment. I've never seen anyone do that. He's like 80, so like that's amazing.
How
John's
old is he
amazing.
now?
He's old.
80?
He's amazing, and he's kicking. He is phenomenal. He is doing his work, man.
Wow.
The next one, I apologize for not being able to pronounce this. Johanna
Sigurdóttir.
Sigurdóttir.
So much. Sigurdóttir.
She's Icelandic.
The first openly gay head of government. She served as Prime Minister of Iceland. And, of course, an important person to mention who was already mentioned in one of Austin's examples, Marsha P. Johnson, a prominent figure in the Stonewall riots. Johnson was a black transgender woman and activist who co-founded the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, or STAR. She is remembered for her tireless work for transgender rights and her advocacy for marginalized communities.
Wow. Let's give a hand to all of our historic figures, because people don't teach that in school.
And the ones who will continue to be in our history and our future history.
Yeah.
Ones that are doing the good work right now.
Just
And
like
many more we couldn't name on air.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And we had two of them in the Queer Caucus come on our show today, which is
Thankful
amazing.
for that work. I know.
Oh my God! Right. So I want to talk about the Supreme Court. Does everybody know who they are?
Yeah.
The Supreme Court.
The mood of the crowd just.
Did you boo? Is that what crowd? Did you boo? Or
Somebody
woo?
just throw a tomato.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, the Supreme Court made many rulings which, can I say the word S-U-C-K, bred on the air? They suck.
In the right context.
Last Friday, the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 that Trump can disregard the Constitution when passing down executive orders, such as birthright citizenship. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to say it because maybe they'll deport my butt. But, right. My mom, when she was born, my grandparents were not citizens yet. So that would make my mother what? A non-citizen?
I guess.
According to this
Now,
administration.
yeah.
So, yes. So what do you guys think about that? Birthright citizenship. It's in the Constitution, first of all. If you read it, And I'm going to read.
What are we doing changing
I
the
think
Constitution when all the people who are saying we need to change it are the ones who said, why are we changing it in the first place? We need to follow it to the T, and now we're changing it?
We're changing it. Yeah, so what do you say about that?
I mean, the scariest part with this is in 30 days, when this allegedly will go into effect and things could change between then and now, we are looking at a situation where a baby born in Minnesota is a citizen and a baby born in Iowa might not be, under the exact same circumstances. And we could wind up with a piecemeal patchwork path to citizenship across this country. It's terrifying to me because when the Trump administration presented this case to the court, they were asked, what's the plan? Like, how is this going to work? And they said, we don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. That's freaky.
Asinine.
That is so freaky.
Yes. Matt.
It's absolutely asinine. No, I 100% agree with that. And I know I've said this before on this show, but the notion of calling this United States when we are continuing to break each other up in these ways it's just scary all the time. You look at our history and see this current development of, I think we're getting closer and closer to a civil war. We're already at a civil war with ourselves, with how we talk to each other and how we interact with each other. Kind of as Mike was saying again earlier, I'm so glad you brought that up because now it's just in my head all day today. So to continue to see that in these ways that are just breaking up our states, I think our nation is just fracturing from the inside out.
Yeah.
And it's starting with our leadership. And it's going to be a longer road to recovery.
Yeah. Well, and again, you cannot, and I can't remember ever of this occurring, take somebody walking in the street, right? You guys walking in the street, just walking, and grab them. They have a mask on their face. They're hiding, and they're taking them without looking at documentation, no habeas corpus, no due process, taking them in a dark, a shaded truck and bringing them some godforsaken place.
Assuming they're ICE to begin with. We don't know. I mean, that's the other thing, too. We don't know who these people are that are doing this because in many cases, no law enforcement agency has, owned up saying, yes, we were here doing this work.
Yes. And that's the point.
Vigilante justice is terrifying.
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to say one other thing, going off the political topic, because we're going towards the end of the show. And I like to, bring up something that if it touched me, and if you're older, it touched you. When I was a young boy growing up in the 60s, now you know how old I am. Okay. I remember, raise your hand if you know who Bobby Sherman was. Oh, wow. A lot of people. He recently passed away. He was a heartthrob for many gay boys and for girls, young girls. My best friend is going, me. Really, Steve? Okay. Bobby Sherman had a lot of hit records. We played one at the Brave after the first segment. And I just feel like, wow, 82 years old. And I look back and where did all the years go? Can you guys remember anybody when you were growing up that you had a crush on that, well, hopefully they're still here, but you want to talk about? Austin's afraid to open
air? Oh gosh.
No, not on the air. Okay. Well, it could be anybody.
Top of my head, I don't think.
No, nobody?
No.
Okay. Well, he was one. I mean, I was very young.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the 60s. So anyway, so we have 5 minutes, I believe, correct? And I have some merch here, or you called it swag, I want to say. So I'm gonna bring it out here. The last few minutes. It's an uplifting ending of the show.
Yeah, the upright part.
Yeah. And
the Downright Upright show.
Here we go. And if you can answer a question, one of these wonderful people is going to point to whoever has their hand up first. Could be Mike, or could be me, could be whoever, and answer this question, and then they get a swag.
What's the
or
swag?
a bag. A bag.
Swag bag.
Swag bag.
Remember at Golden Valley we had goldfish bags?
Yes.
I don't have those.
No more goldfish bags.
No, the fish will jump out.
Especially do not put a goldfish in this bag.
The fish will jump out of this bag.
Oh, that's so fun. They're so rainbowy.
Aren't they cute, everybody? Okay, so I'm going to ask a question, and it could be any trivia question. So, what is the most western U.S. state? Western U.S. state in the United States? And Mike McEntee's got the mic, so if you can come up and answer the question, you get a bag.
That'll be Hawaii, right?
Yes.
Hawaii.
All right, give Sumant a hand. Yeah.
I can't get up. I'm a little stuck over here.
And I also want to say,
you gotta really want the bag.
After the show, by the way, Sumant and Beth from the gated community are here today. They have some CDs again. So if you want to come over to the table and talk to them, they're going to autograph your CD. Also, they've been at the Parkway Theater. Amazing show. I was there personally with my husband, and you've got to listen to the CD. And actually, Sumant, come up here and talk a little bit more about. I know we talked about it at Golden Valley, but talk about the CD for you. Oh, he's going to come around. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, give a hand to Sumant Gopiath from the gated community.
Hi, thank you, Philip Anthony. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So tell us about the CD and where they can get it and where you're going to be and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, so the album is called Goodbye Work, and it just came out at, I think, June 6th was the official release date. And then we did that release show on the 1st of June at the Parkway Theater. And one of the most exciting pieces of news for us is that on Thursday, Chris Riebenschneider in the Star Tribune listed our album as one of the top 10 Minnesota albums in
wow, let's give
2025.
them a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness.
Pretty amazing. We were
Incredible.
really floored by that.
And you even get played on The Current, I'm hearing.
We do. We are getting played on The Current.
Wow.
Which is super amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well, you can come over to the table after the show and meet the gated community. The two members of it. There's many more, but they're not here today. For I don't know
Representatives.
why,
Two representatives are here.
two representatives are here, and then we have swag because we don't even have time to give up the swag on the show today. It's it's almost time, right? Brett's looking at me with the. We have a minute
Wrap
left.
it up, Philip.
I just
Look.
want to say thank you to everyone that came to see my show. Your support is so important. I want to thank Mike McEntee. I want to thank Ann Sakawi Hemstreet. I want to thank all the representatives that came on the show. I'd like to thank the gated community. I want to thank you all. Each individual, you make a difference, and you make this show what it is today. And thank you to my amazing co-host. Please give it up again for my co-host, Matt and Austin. And please come to the table after the show so we can give away some swag. You can talk to us, you can schmooze, and that's it. So take care, and we're going to say goodbye, kiss you, hug you.
Can I have a Macron now?
Happy Pride.
You're staring at me.
Happy
all
Pride.
day.
Take a Macron. Yes.
Happy Pride, y'all.
Macron.
Macron.